Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And please help me welcome my wonderful co host, Gary of Twin Tarot, with
Yes.
Gary and David.
Yes.
And no David today. He t- what he said, yeah,
Not
what he
David.
said was that he had a work function. That's his
Alleged.
story. He's sticking to it. So
It,
I'm
it's
sure, yeah,
it's
I'm
so
sure that
funny.
he is.
It's so funny. He does have a work function, or at least he told me he did, right? Uh,
Mhm.
but they let him be in charge. I gotta put not David on his pillow here.
There you go. Yes, yeah.
There we go. They put him in charge of the picking out the restaurant. And so he says, "Yeah, we're going to have our dinner with these managers. It's going to be at this restaurant called Kabul's or Kabul's. It's
Hmm.
it's Afghani food. So I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce the capital of Afghanistan, but I believe it's Kabul.
Yep.
Um, and the food there is absolutely brilliant. I've been
Oh,
going there for 25 years and no 30 years, and I've never had a bad meal there.
oh my gosh.
It's just amazing. So that's where he picked. He said, since they put me in charge, that's where I'm taking
That's
it.
where I'm going.
It's
I
just like,
don't
oh
blame him.
man.
Yeah, I I don't blame him. If yeah, you're gonna make me go, we're gonna have what I want.
Exactly. They'll have a very good time. I went there first in 1995.
Wow.
I was 29 years old. Woo!
Wow. Um,
So Janice was asking about the raccoons and the cats.
yes.
Okay, so here's the story. Um, we've got a family, a mama raccoon and five babies,
Mm,
and they're kind of living between the fences of our house and our neighbor's house. And they've been coming around the house the last 6 to 8 weeks, and the babies they're just adorable. They're so cute.
I
But,
can imagine.
it's one of those things that, yeah, they're cute when they're like the size, of a
Yes.
guinea pig. They're not going to be so cute when they're 35, 40 pounds. So we've been very diligent about not feeding them. We'll kind of shoo them off the deck, but the cats have cat food out there at time to time, and
Uh-huh.
they'll help themselves. They've come in the house and they've helped themselves to the cat food in the house. And when we were in Oktoberfest, our neighbor was checking in on the cats, and we had the back door open, but it was, it's a sliding glass door. We
Yeah.
put a wooden dowel to keep the door from sliding all the way open, right? Just wide enough for a cat to go through it, hopefully nothing else. Well, the raccoon family decided to go in the house, and my neighbor came in, shooed him out, cleared them all out, closed the door, went home. Unbeknownst to him, there was one raccoon left. One of the
Oh,
teenagers was in the house, was knocking stuff off the windows. He wanted to get out, right? So he was climbing
yeah.
on all the windowsills, trying to get out. And the next day he comes in to feed the cats in the morning, and it looks like some burglars tossed the house.
Oh
So he
no.
figured out, oh, there's a critter in here. So he opened the door, tidied up the house as best he could, hoped that the critter left. The critter did leave. But since then, my cats are not having it with the raccoons. Every time the raccoons show up, the cats start growling and hissing, and they're done.
Yeah, yeah, you messed my crib, man. Come on.
Exactly. This is my house. These are my humans.
Oh, nice.
So when we were doing the readings last night, I came in the shed, and yeah, the cats had just chased off the raccoons right
Oh,
before we
nice.
started the reading. Yeah, no,
Uh,
you're not coming to our house. That's my raccoon story.
oh, fabulous.
Isn't that
I don't
great?
know. I don't have a raccoon story. We don't. If I'm sure that there are raccoons around here, but don't get to see too many of those. What we will see in some of the neighborhoods in the city are deer.
Oh no! Oh, okay.
Deer. Yeah, they'll go between apartment buildings, and they're going from one spot to another, and it's almost a daily thing. If you just wait patiently, you can see them go across.
Yep.
I've seen them up at the university, walking between the buildings, and it's like, oh my gosh, look, that's a white-tailed deer, you know?
Yep, we get deer coming through the neighborhood. We've had coyotes come through the neighborhood. You know when the coyotes are around because all of a sudden all the missing cat signs start showing up.
Yeah.
Um, we've those are kind of the two big wildlife, and of course raccoons are everywhere. They live in the sewers. They hole up in the sewers. They come out at night, knock down the garbage cans, and have a buffet.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And the other thing that I'm sure folks want to know, and hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for being here. Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel as well as to the Twintero channel,
Yeah.
and David's channel. He's getting so close to that 50,000
Oh
plus.
yeah, Taro by the Bay, folks.
Oh,
I haven't checked in a while. Is he at 50 yet? Let's see. Let me take a quick peek at his channel.
okay then. Yeah, but he's getting so close, and man, oh man, I want to be doing the dance for him when he gets there. So both Gary and David's info is listed in the description of the video. So make sure that you go over there and do the like, share, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And
yeah, he's at 49,000 subs. Woo! Look at him
there
go.
you go. So, yeah, let's get him over 50.
Yep.
And then we'll get Gary over 50, and I'll make it over 10 soon. I'm sure I will. So, yeah, but you guys put in an awful lot of work, and you certainly, you put out pretty much a video once a day.
Yeah,
yeah,
it gets exhausting, especially with the current administration, right?
Oh
my goodness.
I know. So the other thing that folks want to know about was, how was Oktoberfest? I saw
my goodness.
the popularity of Sweet Caroline. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so the Oktoberfest this year was really crowded. Oh my gosh. I think this is my 5th one that I've gone to.
Mm-hmm.
By far the most crowded that I've gone. We had a great time, but it was really crowded. But the weather was a little wet our first day, so everyone was in the tents, which doesn't help. Second day, we picked a tent and we just parked there at noon, and we stayed there all day because we weren't sure that, since we didn't have a reservation for a table, you have to go to the open table and just hold on for dear life. So we were drinking beer and eating German food for 9 hours on Thursday. We went to Prague in the Czech Republic for a couple days. For my wife, that was the highlight of the trip. She absolutely loved going to Prague. Then we made our way back across Germany. We stayed in a nice little farming type village at a resort. And then we made our way back to Frankfurt and flew home. And I've got a couple of pictures that I want to post on our community page. I haven't done it yet. But we were talking on our channel about, back in the 70s, when Dave and I were kids, how they used to have cigarette machines all over the place, right?
Yes.
As a kid, you're out there pushing the buttons.
Yes.
You pull the lever, right? The spring-loaded lever. And I was kind of commenting how we don't have cigarette machines anymore. I haven't seen one in years and years and years. Guess what they have in Germany?
No.
They've got cigarette machines. 10 euros for a pack of cigarettes.
Oh my God.
And then even better still, they've got like beverage vending machines. At one of the places we were staying at, the vending machine, you could get like orange soda or Coke, but you could get beer from the vending machine.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, this is a sensible country.
Yes. Sweet Caroline cigarettes and beer. I'm there.
Oh yeah. Oh, they love the like the Motown and the old classic rock. Yeah, Sweet Caroline, Take Me Home Country Road.
Oh my gosh.
The first time I went there, they were doing it was at the Hofbrauhaus House. It wasn't at the actual
Yeah.
Oktoberfest. But the Hofbrauhaus House is kind of like if you want Oktoberfest in a single little restaurant, that's close you're going to get. And they were doing Steam, na 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 na. Hey.
Yes.
They just have a good time with that stuff.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, they know how to party. They know
Indeed.
how to party. Yeah, absolutely.
The Oktoberfest is a great event.
Yes.
I wish everyone would have an opportunity to experience it because there's so much camaraderie and so much just people enjoying themselves. It's just it's really, really nice.
Exactly. And you should, folks. I mean, you know, Germany is a beautiful, beautiful country. You know, there's Germany, Austria, all those, and it doesn't take long. You know, we think in terms of, you know, how big Canada or the US is. Well, you got to remember that when you're over in Europe, the countries are clearly closer together.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So yeah, it's like, you know, you could drive for 8 hours and probably go through 5 or 6 countries.
You get definitely you could probably cross Germany in about 5 hours. Go from
Yes.
Western Germany, East Germany in about five hours or so.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you ever have an opportunity, Europe is a fabulous place to visit. The history there will just blow your mind.
Indeed.
Yeah. You know, you're walking on cobblestone streets that are 600 or 1,000 years old, and you think, okay, what have I got around here that's 1,000 years old? Yeah, yeah. So, all right, as most of you know, I've been kind of a little um, on the downside in terms of health and whatnot. So um, Gary is going to kind of be directing the show, shall
Oh
we
my
say?
goodness.
Yes, and I'm going to be following his lead. So
All
he's
right.
got some things that we can definitely read on.
I think that's the other reason why David bowed out, because Marina gave us a homework assignment. Come up with 2 topics each that we can read on for the show, and we'll just go and we'll take that. And then, of course, Dave's like, "Oh, I got something for work. I couldn't possibly."
Yeah. I know.
Lazy slug.
Listen, I'm glad you said it. I wasn't gonna. But, it's okay.
Hey,
And
so for those out there, I know many of you are familiar with Libby from Meister Tarot.
yes.
Yeah, it's Maihstir Tarot. If you haven't checked out her channel, check it out. She and Dave started about the same time. Dave said, you know, they used to be like neck and neck with subs. I think Libby's leaped out ahead of them. But Libby did a very interesting video today where she was looking at the Minnesota election. And I watched the video. My first thought was, oh my God, why aren't we seeing this on our news feeds?
Exactly.
And then, you know, the second, of course, is, you know, what the hell's going on? So for those of you that are familiar with Rockland County, New York, the Election Truth Alliance is looking at the state of Minnesota. And what they were sharing in this article is that there are certain precincts in Minnesota that do hand counting of ballots, and there are many others that do machine counting of ballots. And when they started looking at the different districts, they were noticing something that looked unusual. That in the districts where there was machine counting ballots, as there were more votes cast, the percentage gap between those people that voted Republican versus Democrat grew. All right, so it's not just that the Republicans got more votes; they got a larger percentage of the vote as the number of votes increased. But when they looked at the hand counting districts, and I believe the hand counting districts were in the smaller, more rural areas,
Yes.
which are typically Trump's, that's Trump country.
Yeah.
What they were finding there was, as more votes were counted, the gap didn't grow. The gap just stayed what the gap was.
Yeah.
Another thing they noticed was they looked at Kamala Harris's performance relative to Joe Biden's. In the machine counting districts, she underperformed Joe Biden by like 1.4 percentage points. In the hand counting districts, she performed basically the same. It was like 0.04 percentage points.
Yes.
From Joe Biden.
Closer.
So they're saying, we really think that the state of Minnesota and some of these other, especially the swing states, really need to kind of take a look at what's going on here, because this doesn't look right. And these anomalies are basically show a election integrity, potential election integrity fraud. What they said that basically was that the Democratic presidential, U.S. Senate, and House of Representative candidates received, on average, 6 to 8% fewer votes in machine count precincts than in hand count.
Okay. Yeah.
And that kind of dovetails what was happening in Rockland County. Rockland County,
Yes.
It was kind of like no votes for Harris.
Yeah.
It's kind of looking weird. So that's the first thing I wanted to read on. So Libby did this great reading on it. I recommend it highly, but I thought maybe we could take a look at this and see what we come up with.
Absolutely. Okay. So what do we want the question to be?
The question is what do we need to know about what was happening in the state of Minnesota during the 2024 elections? Were there shenanigans going on?
Were there shenanigans?
What do we need to know?
Okay. Well, I'm using the governance deck, of course. And interesting. I get deliberately obscuring. So this wasn't by accident. It wasn't like, something, the machine was broken or something was not working properly. This was deliberately done. Selling secrets. So I think that they used a lot of the information that they were able to find or that they were able to gather from 2020 to be able to manipulate this. They did it to gain approval, which they kind of knew if it was just a case of voting for Trump, I don't think it was going to be there. Overall, it's a negative impact. So it didn't work out the way that they anticipated. They thought that this was just going to be and it's settled and that's it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, they're not prepared for the pushback. They don't know what to do with the pushback. So
okay, so I got my primary card is the devil.
Okay.
Yeah. Yet we've got one more link to this, to being chained to the devil and that low vibration. The main clarifier is the Queen of Cups. Keep calm. They probably don't know anything. It's kind of that whole deny, deflect, delay.
Yes,
not necessarily in that order, right?
Yes.
The two clarifiers, you got the Queen of Pentacles. This is people starting to pay attention to what was happening with the votes, because we now have an emperor. And
sadly,
you have to be careful and mindful. And the card underneath I got is the Six of Pentacles, which is, Trump is, they gave the Democrats little percentages, and
Yes.
they kept the big percentages.
Yes.
And the card
Absolutely.
underneath that is the Ten of Swords.
Yeah.
Hoping to bring an end to this.
Yeah.
So these cards to me would indicate that Election Truth Alliance is probably onto something.
I would think so. Yes.
I for me, it's like, careful what you're rooting for. Understand exactly what it is you're rooting for here.
Yes.
I don't necessarily want to root that our election was stolen and manipulated, but at the same time, it starts to explain a lot.
Yes, it does. Yeah, and if that is what happened, it needs to come out. It needs to be said. It needs to be highlighted so that it doesn't happen again. I still am not 100% sure that there is actually going to be a midterm election. I'm still on the fence with that. My initial feeling was, yeah, no, that they made what they wanted very, very clear, particularly when when Trump said, yeah, I just need you to vote for me this time, and then don't worry about it, you won't have to vote again.
Yeah, I'll never have to vote again.
Yeah, so there is that. I do I do want to say thank you very much, Heart's Desire. Thank you for that donation. We don't take personal questions while during these shows. They're always political in nature. So yeah, the name of your closest guide at this point, I don't know, but it certainly, you can certainly ask for that during another show. Absolutely. And I appreciate your support. You have no idea. And thank you very much, Phil Ehrman.
Hey, Philip.
Yeah, very, very nice of you to do that. And Phil does have a question. We'll get to it here in a second. But yeah, I didn't want you guys to think that I didn't see it. So there you go.
You still do personal readings, don't you, Marina?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. For those of you, if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, please go to my website, which is marinasheartcentertarot.com. And you can book a 30-minute reading. You can book an hour reading, whatever kind of, suits your needs and so on. And there are tarot readings, oracle readings, mediumship, whatever comes up. So by all means, do that. You can also check out the courses and classes that I offer. One of them, as a matter of fact, is called Achieving Union, and it's a 30-day course that is self-directed. You decide how much time you're going to spend on it, and that involves you get a short little 5, maybe 10-minute video from me every day with some exercises that I'd like you to do during the day. And at the end of the 30 days, you have a much closer relationship or much closer union with your spirit and your spirit guides, so that you can know, how they're communicating with you, what it is that the information that you're sharing, that they're sharing with you. So that is something that you might want to consider. And it's kind of, a lot of people have said it's a foundation course for a lot of either other courses that I offer or even courses that other readers offer. And Dawn Turner, thank you. She says Marina's Achieving Union course is really good. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Dawn. And Juniper Vale said, yeah, the class is great. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, go check it out. Go check out the website. There's lots of good things on there for you. So, okay. Now, let me take a look here. And I've done that. Okay. So the Truth Alliance, I think that they are highlighting things that people are, information that people are seriously going to have to take a look at, right?
Yep.
So let's ask, are they going to make an impact? Are are people going to start paying attention to what they're saying? Are they going to take it seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my tarot cards as well.
Take it seriously.
Hmm. Fries are done.
My daughter's texting. Ooh. Oh my God. I got almost all major arcana on it.
Oh my gosh.
And before I cut the deck, I would have had all major arcana.
Wow.
Because I saw what the card was on the bottom before I cut it. But of course, if I didn't cut it, I might not have all the major arcana, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Okay.
what I got
Go
is,
for
are
it.
they going to take this seriously, and really dig? How do I want to read this? Primary card is the Hierophant. This is about major, big institutions like the government, the judicial branch,
Yes.
Congress. So this is your government. The main clarifier is the Empress. What's benefiting for the people of the country.
Yes.
We got to do what's best for the country. The other clarifiers, you've got the Emperor, because we have a king right
Yes.
now. And then you've got the Hangman, looking at things differently.
Yes.
And it's so, just taking this, to me, it's like, for the benefit of the people, the government represents the people. You need to make sure that the people are being taken care of. Right now, you've got someone in there that's acting like a king, like an emperor, and maybe you need to look at this a little bit differently. And then the card underneath, the only non-major arcana is the Four of Cups.
Yeah.
Not liking what's in front of you, but there's something coming up on offer. And this could be the Election Truth Alliance. They're giving you that fourth cup. Are you going to pay attention and take a look at that fourth cup and say, is this something we're going to take action on? And let's just see,
Exactly.
are we going to take action on it? Four of Pentacles, this is my Trump holding on for dear life to everything he's got. There's going to be a truth coming out, a harsh truth. And are we strong enough to accept and pursue that truth to get to the bottom of it?
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Short of a yes.
Yeah. Short of a yes. Yeah.
Where's the yes card? Damn it.
It's definitely decision time. I start off with the star, or sorry, the sun.
Mhm.
So yes, things are being brought to light. The light is being shone on the things that have gone in the past, and your job now is to either take the blinders off and see what's going on, or to get into that willful ignorance, to pretend that you don't see what you're seeing. Because I also get the Eight of Swords. The this is a, and I don't want it to sound like blaming, but this is a situation that a lot of people participated in. They willingly participated in the action that put the U.S. in the position that it is right now. So Are they going to actually do something about it, or are they going to stay silent? And it's funny because the two choices come up next to each other. I get the Four of Swords, the um, just kind of pretending that I need to get away. I need to think about this. I'm not going to look at anything. And the Ace of Cups, that this is going to be, it's going to be emotionally devastating to a lot of people who have put their faith and they have bought into the fairy tale that was being sold to them, and now they're starting to realize that it's a bill of goods. And if I was so easily led to believe that, what else have I been led to believe? That's a gut punch, right? To realize that you've been kind of used in that way. I also get the six of Pentacles, and that is like you got that just a minute ago. That the information is being presented. What are you going to do with it? It's not just enough to recognize it and say, okay, something isn't right. What are you going to do? That's a big question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Are you prepared to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to tolerate this?
Yep.
Or no, I'm not going to allow the government to do to my neighbor what they're doing?
Yeah, it's we're really in some very interesting times.
Absolutely.
In California, we've got Prop 50 on the ballot. They're going to have a special election. Prop 50 is what Gavin Newsom got onto the ballot, which will basically override right now, California has a committee that draws the districts for the congressional districts. And so as a result, California is not heavily gerrymandered. This ballot, Prop 50, would put this committee basically on hiatus for, I think, 6 years, the next 3 elections, and basically allowed some gerrymandering so that the state of California can offset the shenanigans that were going on in the state of Texas. And I really have mixed feelings about this. On one hand, God bless Gavin Newsom for doing something. Trump and MAGA they're running roughshod over ethics and standards in our elections. And, they want to rule, they don't want to represent, and they are lying, cheating, and stealing wherever they can. Yes. And God bless Gavin Newsom for standing up and saying, we're not going to put up with it. You guys want to cheat? We can cheat better than you can. And we can really offset any of the shenanigans and crap you're pulling. I'm all for it. On the other hand, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I really don't want to take away the representation, Lord help me, that the folks in the rural areas that tend to be Trump country, they should have a voice as well. This is Gary trying to be fair versus Gary recognizing that the other side doesn't give a crap about being fair.
Exactly.
And do whatever they take to win. So, I'm really kind of in a quandary. I know in my heart what I want to have happen, but I know in my mind what needs to happen.
Yes.
So I'm really kind of, I need to do a Four Swords moment to really do a gut check. Because it's do unto others type of a thing. But they keep doing unto us. So, at what point is it? Do you run out of cheeks to turn?
Exactly.
Yes. And Deanna, you're correct. It can be undone. It's only temporary. It's not a permanent thing. Prop 50 is for like I said, I think it's for 6 years. It's like 3 election cycles.
Yeah.
So I take solace in that, but I need to the fair-minded and ethical part of me really needs to kind of come to terms that Are we really at that point where we have to fight fire with fire in order to save this democracy?
You know what? Personally, I think that, yeah, it's going to get to that point. There's so many um, people that have been put in positions that they have no business being in. Pam Bondi, we'll get to her. She's one of them. Um, um, yeah, uh, Kash Patel is another one.
Oh God, you could pick anyone in his cabinet. They're all
Exactly,
terrible,
exactly, and
terrible people, terrible choices.
exactly. So that these are not the people that you want in charge, that are going to be doing things for the benefit of the country. They are doing things for the benefit of themselves.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yep.
So, if it, I don't like to think of a future where there might be any form of violence. But, there comes a point when turning the other cheek no longer works,
Yeah.
where you do have to stand up to the bully. You do have to punch the bully. You do have to be willing to understand that, yeah, the bully is probably going to fight back, but yeah, sometimes that's the only way to take them down. I would have thought that at this point in in humanity that we would have gotten to a point past that. Current administration is just, it's highlighting that, really, how much have we learned?
Yeah, it's before Trump, before 2016. I thought we were so much further along the path
Yes,
of uh, racial acceptance and tolerance, and
yes.
uh, you know, sexual identity acceptance. And
Yeah.
boy, was I wrong. I've been wrong about so much about this country. I'm just naive as hell, I guess.
Well, I think the reason that it bothers so many of us is because we are not that nefarious. We do not have that nature where, thinking the way that a lot of the current population thinks, it's it's not something that we could do naturally. So it would never occur to me that, I have to look out for elections and make sure that they're fair, because chances are very good that, the other side is going to cheat. Well, that doesn't sit right with me. That doesn't It's not fair, it's not just, it's not how we move ahead. So yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from, because this is, I think democracy is it's going to require action on people's
Yep.
parts, and it's going to be something um, that people need to participate in on a daily basis. It's not something that you do just every 4 years,
Yep. Yep.
right? Is Yeah, you need to look out for your neighbors. You need to stand up for what's happening in your neighborhood. Um, so anyway, yeah, that's being a Libra. That is one of those things that really, really gets under my skin. Is it really that hard to take a moment and think about the impact that your actions have on somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but apparently for some people it is, and that's one of the reasons that, Trump is where he is today, is because he basically said to people, hey, you know what? You're absolutely right. You don't have a job, not because you're lazy, not because you're not educated, not because, of anything that you thought of. It's, you know what? it's that dark skinned guy. It's his fault,
Yeah.
right?
You
So
gotta
yeah,
have that scapegoat. That's
yeah,
fascism needs a scapegoat.
yes, yes, yeah, and yes, Connie, uh, Danae, absolutely. I think that you're not wrong in there because that is something that the white culture has been doing to the native culture for years and years and years. And it's only going to stop when we stand up and say, no, enough is enough. Like, don't give me this. Go back to where you came from. Really? Yeah. Okay. Here's the rest
Boy,
of us better start packing.
the First Nations
Yeah.
are all for that.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
So, oh, I wish you could see the moon. It is so bright, and there's just enough cloud kind of over top of it, and underneath it, oh, it looks marvelous.
Hmm.
Oh well. Anyway, okay.
Yes.
So, um,
There was a great question way back in there where someone was asking about the $50,000 that what's his face Tom Homan, he back when Trump was running, they the FBI was doing like a sting operation. Was
oh,
it?
oh, yes, and you know what? Whoever posted that, please, please, if you could repost it again, it'll just save me the time of trying to go up there and find it. Um,
Yeah, because I'm kind of curious because basically Trump controls the Department of Justice, so
uh-huh,
anything that they want to kill, they basically just killed this story. But I
absolutely.
would love to throw cards on that to see, what's the real was there really something to this, or was this really someone just making up stories?
Yes.
I know what I want to believe. But then again,
Yes,
it's also
exactly.
once again, be careful what you want to believe in. Think
Yes.
about what you're rooting for here.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
17 trillion is complete bullshit, Rose Blue.
yes.
I mean, it makes no sense. $17 trillion. I'd have to look and see what the GDP of, or what the GDP of the United States is. But
Yeah.
even
No.
if it's, let me look at it. My daughter's calling me. She's either she's not watching this or she's got the question about Tom Homan.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna look up the U.S. GDP. GDP search.
Yeah. While Gary's doing that, for those of you, yeah, if you saw the supermoon last night, I hope that you set your intentions for what it is that you wanted things to manifest. Um, because that's what happens on the full moons. Um, you're you're projecting forward. You're basically telling the universe what it is that you want. So yeah, make sure that when you're looking at that full moon, you talk to it and you tell it what it is that you want. Okay. Uh, all right. I had that person hasn't reposted.
Yeah, here it is. So it was SK Tyler 1. What actually happened to the $50,000 delivered to Tom Homan in the grocery store bag? Which I
Uh,
think is a great question because if he really did get 50 grand, what the hell did he do with it?
uh-huh. Okay.
So it's $22 trillion is the U.S. GDP in 2024. So what Trump is saying is that he can almost double the GDP with tariffs. What a bunch of crap! Because the tariffs are for imported stuff. Just
Yes.
he's just making crap up.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
if you call him on it, he'll just say, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what happened to the $50,000? I'm curious. Let's see if we get a lot of technical
Absolutely.
cards.
Absolutely. Let's see.
So,
Let's see.
so let's see if we get that Seven of Swords. Oh, well, I think the underneath card says it all. Nope, not a pentacle to be found. I've got the Knight of Wands. Hey, give me some money and I can take some actions for you. Because a fool and their money are soon parted. Just a new journey I'm going on. You've got the Eight of Cups. Just the Nine of Cups is the hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. The Eight of Cups is thanks for the money, honey. I'm off. Good luck finding it with the Hermit. You got to go search for it if you can.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know where it went. Did you ever watch Sopranos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I think he spent it at the Bada Bing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So you were looking for the Seven of Swords?
Yes, he was helping some ladies achieve a better life.
Yes. Yeah.
That is my prediction for entertainment purposes only.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing.
I think this. Yeah. I start off with Justice, in that yeah, he's feeling like he got away with something. He's feeling like, this is very, very protected, very somebody's got his back, right? I also get the Queen of Swords. The truth about what he did with that, or what that amount of money bought, is going to come out. I did get the Ten of Pentacles. So I think that the Queen is going to show where that money is. You wanted the Seven of Swords? Here you go. Yeah, Seven of Swords.
Yeah, I took it. I'm going to take some more.
Exactly. I think ultimately what he's facing is, it is going to come out. People are going to be asking questions, and he's going to find himself Five of Pentacles. He's once questions start popping up, and he doesn't have that sense of being secure, he's going to start talking, and yeah, he's going to start revealing things that are going to show where things went. Yeah, where. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you just know they're not going to look. Kay Herstead was saying that Pam Bondi told the Judiciary Committee to ask Patel about the money to Homan. Yeah, they're just going to bury it, slow walk it, bury it. No one's going to do anything about it unless there's a whistleblower out there that can verify that, yeah, it happened. But it has to also be on the other side. It's not just the FBI saying it. It's got to be someone on the other side, on the receiving end, saying, oh, yeah, I was there. I was in the room when it happened.
Yeah, that is,
otherwise, we have to wait for the next, regime change so that we can get to the bottom of some of this stuff. The problem you run into is, the Democrats are dotting their I's, crossing their T's, trying to be thorough and unimpeachable in their evidence, like with the Jan 6 hearings. Yes. By the time they finally get everything together, it's too damn late. You can't act on it.
Exactly.
That's so frustrating.
Yes, I would really like to see the Democrats get out there and start doing things maybe the Republican way. Like, get in there, bring your attitude, bring your I don't give a damn what you think about me. This is what I'm going to say. Take a lesson from someone like Pam Bondi, who, when she's asked a question, says, I'm not going to discuss that with you, Senator.
Yep. You got to love the most transparent
Mhm.
president and cabinet ever, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's like, sweetheart, if your lips are moving, you're lying. Like,
Exactly.
this, yes, the Epstein files. Yes, there is a list. It's on my desk as we speak. What list? Did I
Yeah.
say list? I don't mean any list. There is no list. Um, their their lies aren't even couched in anything anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
they don't need to be. There's they're convinced nothing's going to happen to them.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And Kelly, why do they think they can get away with it? Because for the time being, they can.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're not worried about consequences. By the time that consequences come for them, they are going to. Their feeling is that if they can amass enough money and enough power right now, when you come for me, it won't matter. I'm going to have it tied up in court for years and years and years, and all my friends are going to be in positions of authority. So when you try to arrest me, they're going to come by and they're going to say, no, that's not going to work. You can't do that.
Yep. Yep. And then you got pardon the pun, but you got the Trump card where Trump will just, hey, yeah, I pardoned him.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing their job. Leave them alone. Go away.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, you know, that's how they're feeling right now. That's what it looks like right now. But,
Yeah.
For those people who believe in the in that karmic justice, it will come. All I can do is hope and pray that I'm there to see it.
Yeah.
But I know that it will come.
Yeah.
It will come. So here, Patricia wanted to know, will 45's appointees be prosecuted after he is gone? Once there is a regime change, oh, oh, yeah, you're going to be able to map out the streets that lead to the prosecutor's office from outer space.
It's funny. I I'm always very sensitive about wish casting.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was getting ready to throw cards on this, I already had a vision of what cards I was hoping to see. And boy, a couple of them really landed.
Nice.
Will they be prosecuted after he's gone? And there's going to be a theme to this. Well, that all depends. Depends on how much you're going to give to Trump. If it's the main clarifier to the Two of Pentacles is the Wheel of Fortune. It depends.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give Trump lots of money and things of value and help protect him? Be very careful about the choices that you're making, the decisions that you're going to take in the future. If you choose wisely, you will celebrate your freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the answer I had in my head before I threw cards matches the answer I get after I've thrown cards. Is it depends on how much money you throw at Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that Trump is able to throw a pardon at them. That's kind of the premise of this. If Trump just goes, and has his moment,
Yes,
it really comes down to what's your relationship with JD Vance? How did you treat JD? And how does JD handle it? Very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that they get I start off with the Page of Swords. So, they're some of them I think are going to be uh, judged fairly quickly and probably rather harshly. I think some of them are going to find themselves, the Five of Pentacles. They're going to be out in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do think that for some of them, it is going to depend on what they know, what they have to trade. The High Priestess. What is it that they can offer to the next person in line in
Mm-hmm.
order to save themselves?
Yep.
Some of them, I think, are going to feel very victorious. Um, with the Six of Wands, they're going to feel like they got away with something, um, and I think I agree with you. A lot of it is going to depend on the strength of the relationships that they have with the people that are currently in power. The thing is, when Trump leaves and when he's no longer in charge, when he's no longer on this side um, of things, there is going to be a void that he is going to leave um, behind, because I said earlier on a show that I did, his popularity with his base is that is what keeps things afloat. When he is no longer there, they are not automatically going to transfer their allegiance
Yep.
to whoever, especially J.D. Vance. They do not like him,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they're right now, I think a lot of the Republicans are trying to figure out who they're going to back. They know that Trump's demise is just it it's coming sooner than they realize.
Mm-hmm.
Who are they going to replace him with? Who
Yep.
is going to be able to bring in all that?
It's going to be very difficult because, as Davis pointed out, Trump has turned into a personality cult,
Yes.
and he's the only one that has that personality that can pull all of these
Mm-hmm.
factions together and keep them in line.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes, I don't. I just don't think they have anyone to unite all the
Yeah.
diverse groups. What they want is just too different.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
I thought Harris was going to win. Go back to that,
Yeah.
So
She did. She did. we we know she did.
well, yeah. We have to prove it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And yeah, and we shouldn't have to. It. Yeah. Is it Trump or is it Memorex? Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And um, Skylar, do you think the Butler assassination attempt on 45 was actually staged? And if so, will it ever come out? Yes. And yes. Yeah, that we can take a quick look at that, but yeah, that was it just felt so fake on so many different levels. Oh my gosh. Wands, wands, wands.
I'm not getting so much of an answer if it was staged, more of why it had to happen. I
Mm-hmm.
think so. I've got the Empress as as I call it an over under. I have no idea what you call when you take the top card or the bottom card. I'm going to call it an over under. The over is we needed to do this. This was for the benefit of everyone in the United States that Trump take office. We decided, that we needed to go down the fast, hard path to growing as spiritually.
Yes.
And this is the equivalent of having to eat your vegetables and your blackstrap molasses and wheat germ bread. It just, you choke it down. This is what's good for you. And the under is, you have to chain yourself to you change yourself to the devil. Free will took over. This is why you have to take this path, because you change yourself to this guy.
Yes.
So to me, it's not so much what's it staged, more of this is why, as a result of that, this is why you're going through this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
Careful what you wish for. I mean, the fact that the man was even able to run as a candidate and won the Republican nomination just spoke volumes. And I think that's just basically, it's like, okay, Spirit's like, okay, COVID wasn't enough for you, huh?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. January 6th wasn't enough for you. Okay.
Yep.
All right, slow learners, here we go. Group assignment.
Yep. Babies in cages. All right. Okay.
Yep.
No, this was, and I pulled three wands. The Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. I do agree that it was something that had to happen, because they could almost feel that things were not really going that great. So we have to make this man a martyr. So we're going to concoct something that he lives through, he survives, he makes it, he's doing this. The hand of God came down and touched him and, imbued him with all kinds of different things. This is part of the agreement. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, there was people that worked on this. They it was staged. I think it was definitely staged, and there will come. Yeah, we will find out about it. There will be judgment. There will be that. Don't forget, a lot of the people that are involved in a lot of these things, when the administration shifts, we're going to have a lot of questions, and they're going to have a lot of answers, and they're going to want to provide those answers for something else, right? I don't want to go to prison, so what do you want to know?
Yeah.
I'll tell you who did what, when, where. Yes, I've got receipts. I took the pictures. I have the emails. They are going to be turning on each other in such a way that it's going to be mind-boggling how quickly they're going to do it.
But if you can't get the rank and file Republicans or MAGA person to pay attention to it, it makes no difference, because they did that with the Jan 6th.
Yeah.
And it took them too long.
Yes.
And the Democrats couldn't hold the power long enough to do something with the knowledge.
Exactly.
Fox News never showed the Jan 6 hearings. No. So the people that really needed to see it never saw it. It's so frustrating.
Exactly. You can't. That's what happens when it's like you're trying to win an argument with a drunk. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So, yeah. Well, we know that it is. Trump's demise. Not that we ever wish ill on someone, but his days are numbered. We will at some point in the very near future be reading about his obituary.
It's just so funny. He disappeared for 3 or 4 days, and now all of a sudden he's got a big bruise on the back of his hand again. I guess he was spending 3 or 4 days golfing and shaking lots of people's hands again.
Lots of hands. Lots of hands. Yeah, absolutely. Lots of hands. And yeah, I know who was it now?
Oh,
The
Punky was in, and he's kind of went out. He was
okay.
up on the table right before we hit go on this.
Yes. Yes, he was.
He's
And
probably hungry.
just very quickly, we're at an hour, 5 minutes, just very quickly. Phil wanted to know, is the Canadian government preparing if all hell breaks loose in the US? What would they do? It's a big border. It is a big border. Um, the thing is, most of the, oh, okay. Take this with a huge grain of salt, okay? Because I'm going to get a little uppity right now.
Oh, good.
And that is, most Americans couldn't find Canada on a map. I think we're okay. Yeah. So yeah, and US refugees. Yeah, I think you know what, we are anticipating that a lot of Americans will probably want to come up to Canada. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I do want to see your social media profiles, however, before
Ah.
you're allowed in. And yeah, that will determine. Yeah. Um, you know, yes, the Canadian government is prepared. I think that Carney has been um, he's been aware of the damage that Trump can do. That's why we've got, we've almost cut the U.S. out of a lot of the things that we do, because we're not sure that we can trust you. So we're going to do business with other countries. And don't forget, we are a NATO country. So if the US was to start doing something ridiculous, who do you think NATO's going to back?
Mm.
So I think, and Canadian pride runs deep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're kind, we're gentle, we're nice. Just don't fuck with us.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you threaten to make them your 51st state.
Yeah.
How your friendly neighbor to the north all of a sudden starts sharpening their talons.
Yes. Yeah.
All of a sudden, the Cobra chickens have been they've been called up to active duty.
Yes. Deployed. Deployed.
Exactly. You don't want to mess with the Cobra chickens, man.
No, exactly. So, alrighty, listen, we're at an hour and 8. I don't want to keep Gary any longer because I do want him to come back.
Oh.
So, thank you all of you for being here. Thank you for the interactions and the way that you're greeting each other. And Hope Suzanne, yes, I have taken that. So yeah, again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. So we'll see you on the 21st. All right. Take care,
Thanks,
all.
folks.
Bye for
Bye.
now.